Bonjour! Have you watched this video called Informal Letter in French with Jenny? Well, if you haven't, I would advise you to do so. And today, I'm going to work on another letter and also on the same topic. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! So, the letter we're going to write is this one. You write an informal letter to your French pen pal or pen friend in which you share your experience of a recent activity. And this will be in one between 130 and 150 words. After reading the instructions, the first thing you need to do is to underline the keywords and any cues you may have been given. So the keywords here is informal, so that is important. Informal is an informal letter, and you have to share your experience. It's your experience and no one else's, and about a recent activity, something you've just done. So you need to think of what they are looking for if you're taking an exam, for example. So informal, you know straight away that you're going to be using the tu form. Recent activity, it suggests that you are going to talk about something you've just done. And of course, it's going to include the past tense. But you need to remember that the past tense comes with the passé composé as well as the imperfect. And you could even use the pluperfect if you know how to use it. Then when you have done all this, you need to think of what you need to write about. Which recent activity is it going to be? But today, we're going to go to a parc d'attractions or une fête foraine. So of course, there will be a structure. And what I usually say is to make it easier, because you know it's between 130 and 150 words. If we say 25, 100, and 25, you can see the three parts very clearly. Of course, it's not going to be each time 25, 100, and 25, but at least you know that it will be between, it will give you just an idea, okay? So in your plan, you're going to have your introduction, then the activity in itself, and then a little conclusion. The parc d'attractions is our theme. So you need to close your eyes and think of the rides, the type of rides that you could be doing. So I'm sharing this one now, Montagne Russe, for the roller coasters. Very exciting, isn't it? You could think of manège, a carousel. Why not les auto-tamponneuses, bumper cars? Or maybe la grande roue, which is our Ferris wheel. You could also add something you've eaten, une barbe à papa, candy floss. So all these things, you need to have them ready so that you can make your sentences. So are you ready for this letter? Well, the first thing we have to do is to write the date. But you need to remember that the date doesn't come just on its own. It's always preceded by the place where you've written the letter. So in my case, it's Kingston, Jamaica. So Kingston, comma. Then I put le, and then I have the number. Then I have juin, which is June, but juin without the capital letter, and the year. Kingston, comma, le 2 juin 2022. Then I'm going to skip 2 lines, and I'm going to put cher Patrick or cher Patricia. In your case, you're going to make up a name, okay? I put Patrick and Patricia, so that you can see that the dear changes as well. But I suppose you can just put salut. This is possible as well. But if you put cher, you need to remember that if you're talking to a male, is going to be the first one, but if it's a female, is going to be the one with the E. So this part is what I would call the introduction. In the introduction, you usually say how are you, I'm fine, and then you're going to say why you're writing. So, comment ça va? Moi, je vais bien. Quoi de neuf? What's new? And then I'm going to really say why I'm writing. Il y a une foire qui s'est installée à Kingston et j'y suis allée hier. Laisse-moi te raconter. So there's a fair which settled in Kingston, and I went there yesterday. Let me tell you all about it. And that came up to 29 words. So remember, the first time I told you 25, 125, 29 is fine. Then I'm going to talk about what I've done, what was there, and so on. So remember, the actions are going to be in the passé composé, whereas anything to do with impressions, what you liked, very often will be in the imperfect. So here, I'm describing the fair, and I say c'était une grande foire illuminée le soir. It was a big fair with lights at night. J'ai été impressionné. I was impressed. Il y avait le grand 8, la grande roue, ainsi que les voitures tamponneuses. So here I'm just saying what was there. Il y avait le grand 8, remember, is the roller coaster which has the shape of an 8. La grande roue, which is the Ferris wheel. Ainsi que, as well as, les voitures tamponneuses, the bumper cars. Mon attraction favorite était les montagnes russes. So my favorite ride was the roller coasters. J'ai beaucoup crié, mais j'ai bien apprécié. I shouted a lot, but I really enjoyed it. Mes parents, eux, ont préféré la grande roue. As for my parents, they preferred the Ferris wheel. Just talking about yourself and what you did, what you ate, what you drank is not really interesting. I always say, try to find something, unless, of course, maybe in the exam they would ask you to do it, but if they don't, you can still do it. Just think of something which happened. Okay? So here I'm saying, une femme d'un certain âge a fait un malaise. A woman of a certain age felt unwell. Elle a perdu connaissance sur le grand 8. She lost consciousness on the roller coaster. On l'a transportée à l'hôpital. She was taken to the hospital. J'espère qu'elle s'en sortira. I hope she'll manage okay. And then you can go back to yourself. J'en ai profité pour manger de la barbe à papa. Cela faisait longtemps que je n'en avais pas mangé. I took the opportunity to eat candy floss. I hadn't eaten any for a long time. And that came up to 41 words. So let's recap. We've done an introduction. Then we described the fair, what was there. We also said what we did, even what we ate. We even talked about a little incident which happened to a lady. And now it's time to conclude. So what are we going to say? Just a little conclusion. So here is, ce sont bientôt les vacances, donc je pense voyager, mais je n'ai rien de confirmé. So the holidays coming soon, and donc is therefore, or so, I'm thinking of traveling, but I have nothing confirmed. Je te tiens au courant. I'll keep you posted. J'attends de tes nouvelles. I look forward to hearing from you. Bonne chance pour tes examens. Good luck on your exams. Amitié is another way of closing this letter because I've already used bientôt in the first sentence. I didn't want to reuse it, so I put amitié instead, but you could have said à bientôt, and that came up to 30 words. So all in all, I have 146 words, which is within the word count, so I'm all right. And what I would like to draw your attention to is all the parts which are underlined. It's really to show you different ways of saying things, little expressions which you could learn, and not just learn, but learn them to reuse them on the day of your exam. And if it's not an exam, it's still good to use them for a letter. How are you feeling now? Do you feel that you can write an informal letter in French? Write a couple of sentences in the comment below and I will definitely correct them. But you know, we've come to the end of this video, so please like it, and I'm sure you did because you're still there. Share it as well, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Au revoir!